ago, after we won the championship, you said, look at his face. You said.
So y'all, everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years of everything in sports going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time. Everybody was just talking how they were the greatest team of all time. Like, they was the greatest team to ever assemble. And for us to come back, you know, the way we came back in that fashion, I was like, you did something.
NBA fans are watching something strange happen in real time. When you tell the same story enough times, it eventually starts remixing itself in your head. And many people believe that's exactly what's happening with LeBron James right now. Media members are openly calling it out. Fans are rewinding clips frame by frame, and across the internet, everyone seems to be asking the same question at once.
Favorite LeBron be lying moment is when you was like, yo, Kobe was out there, but I knew he was going to score 70 that.
Bro, I'm telling you, people, every time I say something, everyone think it's a lie. I got homies that was literally at the house with me when Kobe was dropping the 81. When he got 60, we watching the game, I'm like, oh shit. Yo, he might go for 80 tonight. No, I'm telling you.
What did he say back then? What is he saying now? And why does it feel like we've heard this exact story before? This isn't normal basketball noise. It's not about missed shots, locker room drama, or bad playoff games. This is a different kind of chaos. The kind that appears when a superstar keeps narrating reality like it's a movie they already watched twice before anyone else even bought a ticket. That's the cloud hanging over LeBron right now, and it has nothing to do with talent, titles, or longevity. Those debates are settled and archived. This is about storytelling, certainty, and that strange habit of turning hindsight into prophecy with the confidence that nobody will rewind the tape. It usually starts small, a playful comment here, a light joke there, like casually downplaying enormous wealth, as if decades of contracts, endorsements, and business empires simply vanished overnight.
We've always said on here, we don't want to see LeBron being a person that's getting 16, 17 a game.
Nah, he never gonna do that. He's gonna get 25, bro. He's gonna get 25.
I just hope it's his last year.
It's not.
If they winning, bro, Bron gonna keep hooping.
We gonna know when it's Bron last year, bro. He's doing the tour.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna know, bro.
Last year was the first year he didn't average 25 in his career since his...
What do you have?
That's the moment people stop laughing and start squinting. Because when someone bends reality often enough, even jokes begin to sound like quiet edits. When the athlete who helped redefine player branding suddenly talks as if his bank account is on life support, fans don't chuckle, they pause. And here's the wild part. None of this is necessary. LeBron doesn't need extra polish. His resume looks like it was built on rookie mode. Yet ordinary moments keep getting extra seasoning, as if reality alone isn't spicy enough. Over time, fans start noticing the pattern, and once patterns appear, analysis is inevitable. If you're catching this breakdown, hit subscribe because this story is only heating up. One of the clearest examples shows up whenever LeBron James starts talking about predicting the future, especially when his own family enters the conversation.
I think LeBron's gonna play. And can he continue to play? I mean, he averaged 25, 8, and 7 in year 21. How many more years can he play, and how many more years can he be play at the level in which he's currently playing?
I hope he retires soon because I hated the way I retired because I sucked. Nope.
Suddenly, we're getting ultra-detailed stories about spotting NBA-level greatness in a very young child, complete with play-by-play visuals, dramatic pauses, and that perfectly timed "I knew it" moment. To be clear, parents believing in their kids is normal. There's nothing strange about that. But narrating a locked-in professional future years before real competition, real pressure, and real uncertainty even exist is where belief quietly turned into revisionist storytelling. And here's the pattern people can't unsee. These stories never appear while the outcome is still unclear. They always surface after the results are secured, after the dust settles, when there's nothing left to risk. The certainty is retroactive, not predictive, and that distinction matters. The same thing happens with legendary moments that didn't even belong to him, where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
Telling grandpa tales, people are dragging him. I don't know which it's for, whether he's lied about watching the Godfather movies and then isn't able to recite anything from the Godfather movies, or saying that he was on Migos before anybody else was, saying that he was touting them in 2010 when their first mixtape was in 2011.
Then he knew Migos.
Take historic performances by other players that somehow get folded back into LeBron's personal timeline. Saying he foresaw Kobe Bryant's iconic scoring night sounds incredible until you realize that the prediction only exists as a memory recalled long after history had already stamped it. Real predictions leave receipts. They have timestamps, context, and proof. These stories, on the other hand, arrive fully polished after the fact, supported by nothing but confidence and vibes. And it doesn't stop with basketball. Cultural moments get the same treatment. Claims of recognizing musical greatness before it went mainstream sound impressive until timelines are checked and the math doesn't add up. The influence wasn't there yet, the sound hadn't landed yet, but somehow the foresight already was. Where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders, they get started.
He's played 21, 22 years. He's been the GOAT for so long. He's maintained the stats. We appreciate what he brought to the game and how he's held the mantle. Ron is one of them ones. We appreciate him. But, I think this is time. I think his time is up. But we appreciate what he's done for the league.
Putting the shot clock expiration on Brian, man.
Even in-game moments aren't immune. A tough shot under pressure slowly transforms into something mythical, complete with blurred vision, perfect aim, and sheer willpower conquering physics itself. If this pattern feels familiar, it's because it keeps repeating, and once you notice it, you can't unsee it. The story keeps stacking layers. Repeating a quote and presenting it as a personal mantra while the original author sits just a few feet away creates a silence louder than any argument. No one needs to say a word. The pause says everything. The same thing happens when books are brought into interviews to signal depth, only for moments later an admission slips out that the pages were barely touched. That isn't curiosity, it's image management. And once people recognize that pattern, they don't forget it. It shows up elsewhere too, like declaring love for classic films but being unable to recall a single real scene, making the appreciation feel rehearsed rather than lived.
Right. I think LeBron should be compared to Magic Johnson.
Right. I agree with that.
I think whoever started that shit up got it totally wrong, man. LeBron is not no damn Michael Jordan. Kobe is more like Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
LeBron is more like Magic Johnson.
Exactly.
It's like they wanted to make a story from the news or something, I guess, so they just threw their name up in there. But absolutely, man, I don't see how you could...
It starts to sound like admiration performed for an audience rather than lived experience. Even outside basketball, casual commentary has exposed cracks, with confident takes on other sports quickly unraveling when basic facts don't hold up. Laughing it off doesn't erase the original claim of authority, especially when it keeps happening. If anything, it reinforces what many already suspect. Confidence comes first, verification later. That's where voices like Chris Webber begin to matter. When former players speak, even subtly, their words carry weight. They understand locker rooms, egos, pressure, and how narratives are shaped behind the scenes. So when multiple voices independently hint at the same issue, it stops feeling coincidental and starts sounding like quiet confirmation. The media tone didn't shift because LeBron James suddenly became less great. That's lazy thinking. It changed because the stories began stacking and the details stopped lining up. When someone bends small, unnecessary facts, people don't immediately...
Man, I've been there myself. I saw Patrick Ewing his last legs.
saw Michael Jordan playing with the Wizards.
Yeah, Patrick. I mean, Patrick in Orlando.
Yeah,
Mike. And
I was like, that's the greatest player I played against. I don't want to see him doing that with the Wizards. So, I don't want to see any great
of all time, which LeBron James relit this week when he was heard by everyone on the latest episode of More Than an Athlete, currently available on ESPN Plus, saying this.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For
That's
so
what
many
I felt.
reasons.
I was super ecstatic to win one for Cleveland because of the 52-year drought. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was when everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52.
No pun intended. I was a witness, no pun intended. You were like, I believe that right there, after we won championship, made me the greatest because you had done something that had never been done before. I watched it, and I was like, kind of like, not the Channing Jordan, it wasn't that, but I was like, ooh, our guy's got a lot of haters that are going to use
But
this
here's
against
the
them.
irony.
And so,
None of it is
the
necessary.
same moment,
The
now you have
basketball
4
legacy is
championships,
already
and
locked in.
that same
The records
opportunity
stand on their
was
own.
given-
Yet by trying to be both the hero and the historian, the narrative became cluttered. Younger fans noticed this fastest. They grew up with receipts, clips, and timestamps. They don't just hear stories, they verify them. And when stories don't line up with evidence, trust doesn't automatically follow. That's why this conversation feels different now. It isn't loud, emotional, or fueled by rage or rivalry. It's analytical. People aren't shouting, they're comparing notes. And once that shift happens, perception doesn't flip overnight. It settles quietly, and it sticks.
That. What is your favorite LeBron lie of all time?
Easily the time where he goes, I said before the game Kobe's gonna drop 70 points tonight, and we're like,
Let's be clear about one thing. LeBron James will always be one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball. That was never up for debate. The talent is real, the accolades are real, and the legacy is secure. What's under scrutiny now isn't his greatness, but the reliability